Hey, did you find what you're looking for? That's great, because you found what you're looking for. This is the ETBU Sportsnet Coaches Show with Kenneth the K-Rock Klein here, and I'm joined today by the head men's and women's tennis coach, Jeff Bramlett. It's been a long while, about 7 days or so since we last interviewed Bramlett, because he had a match not this last weekend, but 2 weeks ago. It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. I've probably forgotten everything since then.
Well, that's good, because we're going to give you a memory test. However, we do have the special help from your official score sheets.
Yes, I brought my Cliff Notes. That's how I got through college.
Yeah, definitely. So we're going to give you a little quiz there, but that's okay. Coach, like we said, 2 weeks ago, you had your first matches up in Abilene, Texas. You took on McMurray and the University of Southwest. And you took care of business in both matches for your teams, 2-0. Both teams got the wins as well. So just kind of talk about, things that went on that you thought were very impressive for your squad, especially given the conditions that were out there.
Yeah, I mean, typically it's always windy, dusty, cold, but it was actually really nice weather, which is unusual for Abilene. The men, we thought was going to be just two real close matches, and then I'd be damned if we didn't win both of them 8-1. Got Player of the Week with John Herr. He won all 4 of his matches. And then on the women's side, McMurray's it's always a tough out. I mean, you end up having to hit 5 overheads for every point just to win 1 point. I mean, they lob, play about 20, 30 feet over the net. And we barely got the lead 2-1. We had 2 real good doubles matches at 2 and 3 girls doubles, and then held on to win 6-3 and got another Player of the Week with Malika Sikio in that one. So got off to a really good start, and then won 9-0 in the afternoon against University of the Southwest. And typically, I know on the men's side, they're usually nationally ranked on NAI. I'm not sure about the women, but I think they are always regionally ranked on the women's side. So 2 very, very good wins, and got off to a good start. Like Ryan said the other day, you can't have an undefeated season if you don't win the first one.
Definitely. So as of now, yes, you're undefeated on both sides as well. You talked briefly about the fact that you had 2 players, one from each side, win a Player of the Week honors. John Herr on the men's side, he's won it, a couple of times before, but then Malika Sikio, this was her first weekly honor in her career. Just kind of talk about, those 2 and what they brought to each of their respective teams, for them to be able to get the award, and also what it does for the program.
I mean, I would always say I'd take a team full of John Herrs, a team full of Malika Sikios. I mean, they practice hard every day. They always give 100% effort in every match. I mean, they're just strong citizens. I mean, they're great in our Bible studies. I mean, they're great students. Also, Malika, gosh, I think she's probably pretty close to 4.0. Just got accepted to PT school. When I found out this was Malika's first honor, I just couldn't believe it. I mean, she clinched the final match for us when we won the ASC championship. Her first match against UT Tyler, when we lost a close one 5-4, she won a 5-hour and 45-minute match. It's the longest match I've ever coached in my life, and I've nominated her several times for the award, and she's just never gotten it before. So much of the time you look at the record, you go off the top person and see if they won all 4 of their matches that weekend, and then you go off the number 2 line singles, 3 line singles, and then so forth and so on, and usually Malika is holding down what I think is one of the most important positions on the team down there at 5 and 6, and then John is always playing pretty high for us in the lineup, so he gets more nominations up there. He's always playing a tough 1, 2, or 3 position. The other day we were playing some doubles challenge match. They're practice sets in practice, and they were tied 6-all. So they decided to settle it with rock, paper, scissors. And he won the rock, paper, scissors. Like, all right, that's it. Y'all are #1 doubles. He's like, oh no, we have to play #1 doubles. And he has a brand new partner, and Adam Morris, a freshman, and God, they did great. So I think we've maybe found our #1 doubles, and we swept the boys doubles in both matches, which is hard to do. And against University of the Southwest, I mean, these guys were 24, 25, 26-year-old Colombians with UTRs of 11s, and we went out there and won all 3 boys doubles matches, and then we were exhausted after the morning match, and maintained in the singles. So that showed a lot of character, and like I say, John and Malika, they were leading the charge, and just like I say, have always been good leaders for us. I can't say enough good things about those two, and I'd probably have no headaches if I had a team full of players like those two.
Oh, that's pretty much a way to tell the other guys, hey, you can step it up, and then next week you might say, well, I wish I had a team of Lisa Kendos and Joseph Salinas.
Oh yeah, well, I've got a lot of good ones. Trust me, I've got a lot of good ones.
So last week, of course, you didn't have a match, obviously, but obviously you can't just not do anything. And so what, as far as the team mindset what did you do as far as, the week, like practice or preparation? Because yes, you do have matches coming up this week, but you always got to keep, being prepared. So what was it? What did you guys do like last week?
That's exactly what we did. We did nothing. I gave them the weekend off, told them to all get healthy and well. so my philosophy is less is more. So now that I've done this for about 30 years, so you gotta be mentally healthy. You got to be spiritually healthy. You got to be physically healthy. And we were so beat up. I couldn't believe it. After one weekend, we had so many pulled muscles and. People are starting to get colds and sore throats and stuff like that. So we gave them the weekend off, but we were going pretty hard in challenge matches last week, and that takes a lot out of them. And I'm glad they take those challenge matches so seriously, and we do go off of them and make adjustments in our lineups accordingly. It's always tell them it's one tool in my tool bag, but it's a very important tool. So they beat up on each other pretty hard. A couple of the challenges they couldn't finish because of injuries. So, we were doing that, I guess through Wednesday, and then it rained Thursday, and I decided to just quit fighting the elements, and then it got so cold, I didn't want any more injuries. So we gave them a couple of days off, and we're going to, hopefully weather permitting, get back after it again today, or we might be in there in the healthplex, hitting on the gym wall or off the racquetball walls, or riding stationary bikes. Maybe let Pappas get a hold of them. They love working out with Coach Pappas.
Yeah, who doesn't love working out with Coach Pappas?
He gets them in good shape for me.
All right, so you're back in action this week. 2 matches, Howard Payne University, University of Texas Dallas, 2 solid sides, especially with UTD being one of the top strong teams, even though they're out in the West Division, where normally in any other sport they'd be in the East Division. So just talk about, you're really facing your first. Well, you had a test with McMurray, but this is kind of the first true test coming up for you guys this weekend.
Yes, it is. Yeah, we're going to be playing Drew's alma mater, Howard Payne, and so that's I'll try not to hold that against them, but that'll be a lot of fun. But UT Dallas, I mean, everybody's picked them. I think I saw they got every vote, maybe except for one. To win the West, and many people are picking them to win the entire ASC altogether. I mean, they are just stacked. Gosh, I think 10s and 11 UTRs, and I know that probably means nothing to you, the UTRs, but it means they're awfully darn good.
No, yeah.
And then the women, I mean, they are stacked. Gosh, eights and above UTRs, which that would be strong enough for most men's teams right there. So that's what we're going to be battling against on the women's side, and most people are picking them to win the ASC tournament as well. So we'll find out exactly what we're stacked up against at that point. That's what we play this thing for. It should be a lot of fun and give us a good idea of what we need to work on once we get back and go back to the drawing board, and hopefully we'll get a couple of W's, and if not, we got, I think, 8 weeks between then and the ASC tournament to decide what we need to work on and come up with a game plan and change our philosophies and our strategies and see if it works. 8 weeks later.
8 weeks later. 8 weeks later. Yeah, you're still trying to figure it out. Well, it's 8 weeks later. We're here, so what's the game? No,
hopefully everybody will buy into it.
All right.
Hopefully it works. Otherwise, everybody will go, Coach Bramlett, you're an idiot.
Well, there you have it, folks. Coach Jeff Bramlett, of course. This week, of course, ETBU Tennis taking on Howard Payne and UT Dallas. So looking forward to talking more to him, and we will see you guys next time on the ETBU Coaches Show.